We're located on traditional Blackfoot Confessory territory. We welcome our media back there, how faithful they are, and Councillor Brown should be here in the next 5 or 10 minutes as she's just finishing up swimming right now. Are there any additions to the agenda?
Pointed that we still don't have anything on our agenda, and I thought it might be here from the county, sorry, not the county, the chamber, or the promoters of the concert that we had. I really hoped that we would get a financial accounting before this agenda, and it's still not here.
No, I do know through the grapevine that they did not make money. I don't know how much they didn't make, but
Well, it's the grapevines. I'd like an accounting.
Well, it's kind of a pretty good source, but no, we haven't seen anything, have we, at all? The town hasn't seen anything?
No, they said they're not prepared to provide it yet.
Okay.
As long as they don't come back.
Yeah, well, they won't.
Well, either way,
Okay.
we're entitled to an accounting.
Oh yeah,
no matter
because
what
we
happens.
contributed, right?
We contributed.
Exactly, I agree with them.
Is there anything else? I'll take a motion on this. Councillor.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda this day, June 6th.
All in favor? Sorry, I jumped the gun on you there, Councillor. There are no delegations. Any questions on the minutes from May 2nd, 2023? I looked through them and I didn't see anything that was odd, so.
I will move that we adopt the minutes of the May 2nd, 2023 Committee of the Whole meeting as presented.
Thank you, Councillor Grainger. All in favor? Okay, we'll now move on to bylaw and policy. Keep my glasses on so I see what I'm doing here. The first one we're looking at is the donations policy. A few changes. Yep.
Okay. Jeff, I just want to make sure that I understood the change. So the change means that on November intake, each of us, county and town, will do their own intake, and application is worthy of going to a joint intermunicipal committee on donation. Is that correct?
Yeah, so this is one that was created through the ICF process.
Yep.
The intent was that you receive donations that have maybe regional benefit, or you get pitted against each other for donation requests. That's also the other thing that happens. So we created this policy that seemed at the time it was workable. In practice, the county was doing different intakes. The town wasn't doing an intake, which now our new policy for this year, there will be an intake period, so we'll start on that. So Mary and I were talking about the value of the policy and if it should stay in place. This can be whatever you want it to be as a group, but our discussion was maybe we have consistent intakes in that late fall. We look at it and say, you know, this one really would be better at the joint committee. Okay. This really has regional benefit. This is something that both of us got hit up for. Why don't we address it collectively?
Okay.
So that was how we thought maybe we just do it that way. And we both have a November, or roughly around that period, an intake that can be referred.
So they're on side,
Yeah.
they're lockstep with this.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Then I make a recommendation that we adopt the changes on policy D30.
All in favor of this change, this recommendation? Any opposed? Just a quick question, Jeff. I'm kind of dealing with this kind of nod. I asked you the other day when the Hooderites selling eggs on Main Street, and that's going to change.
Yep.
Different spot for it. I didn't know they had a county business license. Do we have a lot of those out there?
Yeah, so we have a reciprocal business license agreement with the county, and they are one that falls under that. So they are licensed within the county for the activities they're doing, for selling goods and things like that. And so we honor that license through the county, correct?
Okay. Okay, this is off topic, but this is my last chance to be chair, so I'll make it.
Getting everything in while you
Okay,
can.
everyone pay
Alberta
attention.
Southwest, they have a regional business license.
Correct.
We don't seem to really get involved in that. A lot of the other regions do.
Oh no, we are a
Have two.
participant in the regional. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we give everyone that buys a license in town the option to have the regional.
Good.
And there just aren't many
There's
that
just not
uptake it.
interest in it.
Yeah.
So
we
some
don't-
counties have got 30 and 40 out there.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of people who do their commerce going west.
That's
We
right.
don't see that as common. But yes, anyone that gets a business license has the opportunity to purchase the regional.
Yeah, and you're right, that's where that corridor seems
Yeah.
to be right there. Yep.
I mean,
Because,
Go ahead, Councillor Grainger.
because he brought it up, back to the eggs on Main Street. So we had a letter
Yeah.
expressing
It's
concern
in
about
this
that.
one, yeah.
Yeah. I guess my question is, because it's Highway 2 and it's right away, should that letter have been addressed or directed to the province?
So I'll give you a maybe, but there's a conclusion to that.
Yeah.
I asked Sean to go meet with them on Friday, and we're moving them up off of Main Street
Saw that.
to a town lot, and they seem to be quite satisfied with that. Yeah, they're fine.
But who's got jurisdiction? And the reason not so much for the eggs, I'm all for moving them and keeping everything safe. But it's sort of a hidden question about what happens with Main Street. That's still in the back of my mind. It's Highway 2, but who's got jurisdiction?
it's all
Whether it's
parking.
getting the trucks
Had
off of
jurisdiction
it,
over
or,
parking, correct?
you know, do they get a veto on our design features when we get there one day? Those kind of things. Do we know the answer to that?
So I don't have anything from the province on that. My feeling is transportation, the province isn't going to try and play anywhere outside of the road right of ways. That everything else will be,
So the parking stalls are
yeah,
that
that's our,
also is
that's
under
our
our
baby.
Parking stalls are in the right.
Yeah, but they're under our jurisdiction. We have to look after them.
The traffic lanes, let's say.
Well, I guess, is this defined anywhere? Is
Yeah.
is it clear?
No,
Or
not
are we
well.
going by the seat of our pants a little bit? Okay,
Yep.
well, that's probably to our advantage when we're
It may
trying to
be,
design
yeah.
a Main Street
Yeah.
the way we want it.
Okay, let's move on. What we got next here? Shared community donations, we just did that one, right?
Yeah.
It's investment
The
policy.
investment policy, I-45.
So, can I ask something? Jeff, that investment policy, when I read it, it obviously talks about the town investing money under the MGA and restricted policies for investment. And so we can only do a certain thing. But I think that policy should be rewritten somewhat with maybe the MGA really up on the top somewhere in the background, because they dictate what we can do or not with the money we have, that we use it and invest it because we need cash flow and need to keep some money on hand, or have long-term deposits. So I think maybe if it was just redesigned a little bit to explain that we have to satisfy the MGA, and we also have to satisfy our need of cash flow and securities, long-term security for an umbrella for rainy days.
Section H actually covers that.
No, but that's what I mean. It's not that the policy does not have all that in it. It's just a way I think it could be maybe repackaged possibly.
If I might, one of the things that came from the Policy Review Committee that I had posed a question to Councillor Brown and Councillor Court was, one of the things it doesn't talk about is any type of cadence or frequency for council to review who is managing the town.
Yes, that too, because right now.
Right, and I'm not suggesting that we have any issue with that today. I'm not suggesting that at all, but it may be reasonable that the policy does have a review mechanism where the council of the day looks at who is the party reviewing our investments. Are they the industry leader? Are they someone, do they have good reputation? Are they continuing to provide good returns? There isn't any kind of review. There is a section that talks about the audit committee reviewing the policy annually. One is we don't have an audit committee anymore. We just do that as a whole council. And you could have some debate whether or not that's what you want or not, but that's what it is today. So that was a question I had posed to the councillors is, we have heard this feedback also from local charter banks,
Yes.
saying, we have an arm locally that could manage these funds, and it's with a company that doesn't have a presence in the community, which is completely true, by the way. That's right. And so is it reasonable that you might want to hear from the investment arms of some of our local charter banks, and maybe that's a good move for us, maybe it isn't. I have no idea.
I do remember years ago that we did have the guys that were doing the investing come here and explain to us all that, but that was, don't ask me if that was 5 years ago or 10. 'Cause I'm
No,
not
I
sure.
saw one of those.
They came and gave a report.
Since I got
Yeah,
on.
just after the election, they came and gave a
Yes.
short report.
So it wasn't that
virtually.
long ago then.
Something Gandhi, what the heck.
Welcome,
was it?
Councillor Brown.
Wood Gandhi.
Yeah. So that's really, there's a couple things I'm looking for on here. Tidy that up a
Yeah.
little, but it's also on the review frequency you might wish to have.
Just a general comment, when I read these, it was kind of, in the abstract, I didn't know what I was looking for.
Exactly my problem.
Could you help us understand why those were presented to us for review? That'd be helpful for me at least, and then, you know, maybe then we could go away and, okay, now that we know what we're looking for, you know, maybe put more effort into.
This one really was just the chance to review the firm that's holding the majority of our investments. If you want some type of review, that would have been what I understood was the main reason the committee wanted it back on the table.
So my suggestion on that then would be that either we do that, or at least that we have a report from them periodically, and then that may cause us to want to look into it further. In other words, if it looks like everything's going fine, how much energy do we want to put into a review?
How long ago was that?
You know, and
review?
having 3 or 4 different presentations on why we should change banks and all that. Maybe if we had the presentation like the one that you referred to,
Wood Gandhi.
and then we say, you know, boy, that looks like way out from industry standard, or, you know, from the norm, then we could look at it. I don't know, just a thought.
There.
I also was thinking, shouldn't even our financial, Hakan is really well versed into how well we're doing with those investments. Shouldn't he have also some kind of input inside there? Because, let's face it, we are not professional in a financial marketing business. But he would have a better understanding how well we're doing. Or any accountant that deals with
Be a
our,
line item on their report.
yeah. I'm just wondering.
I don't think we're doing poorly. I think the group that's managing
No,
is doing a good job.
no,
I understand what
we-
you're saying too.
We're doing very well. We always have done very well with Wood Gandhi from what I could see.
Yeah.
But,
This is not because I have any concerns with the current provider. That's not it at
No,
all.
it's just opening to
Yeah.
possible other.
One other thing on the reporting, if I might, Councillor, is it says that administration, myself, is to report quarterly to Council on Investments, which I haven't been doing.
Yeah.
I'll admit right now I haven't. And so we need to figure out what that looks like. And
Even semi-annual, it'd be nice to see where
right,
it's going.
so we need to figure out what that appropriate amount is too.
Yeah, Councillor Grainger.
Further to the mayor's point, in the absence of an audit committee, it could be Hakan and 1 or 2 councillors could be that committee and review the stuff according to this that way. Because clearly we should, or this policy is pointing to the establishment of a committee again.
Councillor
Well, it
Burton.
came from when one existed, let's say that.
Yeah. So
Councillor Burton and Councillor Brown.
So I personally, I would rather
I thought you were.
have some kind of report, either you having consulted with Hakan or he in his report to us, rather than form another committee.
Agreed.
Because I can tell you, in my opinion, we have enough committees. So, anyway, I think as long as it's brought to our awareness by somebody who has some level of expertise more than probably we collectively do, that'd be a good thing. But I don't want to go as far as a new committee or even establishing an old committee.
Councillor Brown was just kidding. Apparently I missed something there.
Jeff,
Surprise, yeah.
Jeff, you write a report to us every month. So what about if every 3 months you have a line item that deals with that
Out there.
in consultation with Hakan? and where you can say this is the state of our.
Yeah, I just need to calendar it, and that should be fine. We get statements every month.
Yeah.
I just
So
look at them
I
and then
think-
say,
I
all
think
right,
it-
and I
yeah.
move them on.
No, I think if it became a line item on your reporting, maybe that would satisfy the need.
Okay.
Okay, anything else? Move on to number 2, water conservation policy.
This one is pretty slim.
Anybody else getting complaints about the taste? I've had a few.
Yes.
I'll have me. I use an RO system, so I'm not.
The taste.
Well, it tastes a
My
little.
last glass of water
It tastes a little
this
bit.
afternoon was horrid.
It tastes a little bit
I don't know what we can do
moldy
about that. It's
because of the
springtime.
runoff right now.
No, I don't know what that would be about.
Well, around our area, it has a moldy taste. That not especially
But I can't even
pleasant.
drink this, it was so bad.
I don't know what we can
And
do
it has
about
a
that.
smell with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Try drinking City of Regina's water if you want to see bad
Or
water.
Innisfail.
I always found the water here to be pretty good, and I
We have
water
water
business.
policy here? Is that what you want
Yeah,
to
let's
talk
go.
about?
Let's go.
Jeff,
Thank you. Water conservation policy, not the taste. So
yes, that's what I was going to say.
We can conserve it because we can't drink it, so we'll have more of it.
But
Okay,
so
let's. Okay.
this policy is very, very slim, to say the least. But I know that we have some priority if we were short of water. We used to have something, and I didn't see it inside there.
Yeah.
So I'll give some context into why it's here real quick. So this is not about water shortage. This isn't
Okay.
about that. This was years ago. I remember this. I think started with the town, and the town was buying little faucet aerators and
Oh, yeah.
Lloyd Stewart had something.
Lloyd was doing a lot of that stuff just as little giveaways and things, and I don't know why it was determined at the time to have it as a policy. It was a strange policy for me. So when I met with the policy review committee, the discussion was, do we need it? Or can it just be, if it's a priority of council at budget time from year to year, we can look at it. So I was really bringing it to you today to say, can we just...
Dealing with initiatives, not
Okay.
really.
Yeah, no, we have
Because I
procedures
think
if there is...
if there's water
That's by
shortage or whatever.
bylaw.
Yeah, so I didn't really know how this one
No,
fitted with
this
it.
doesn't. It was just, are we going to do nice things about conserving water on occasion? Is what this was about. So if you're okay, I can bring a motion to rescind that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shot that one down. Okay. Policy for land sale.
So on there's two that are related here, Council.
Yeah.
And please, Councillor Corton Brown, I didn't have a lot of notes on this one. I had a few when we talked about it. One is we do have a couple of clauses between the two that we need to make sure are complementary. They're not exactly complementary, so we need to fix that for one.
Consistent, you mean?
Yes, thank you, consistent, yeah. So one talks about if you don't satisfy your development agreement in commercial property, here's the penalty. The other one just talks about, it's a different, not penalty so much, but transfer costs, and I just want to make sure those are consistent. Other than that, and Councillor Court, I remember you talking about this a little bit, and I apologize, I couldn't remember exactly what it all was, but there was just an appetite to look this over, make sure it was still relevant and current for you as council. Administratively, we're still fine with the conditions on residential, commercial, and raw land lot sales. Our agreements are much more robust than they used to be. Some of you will remember we've been caught a couple of times where we've sold a piece of property, entered into a development agreement, buyer did not satisfy the terms of the development agreement, sold it, and then sold it for a large increase because we'd extended infrastructure. And so after that happened, we really dug into these quite heavily to avoid that anymore. So I'm really just asking if there was anything you saw in here that is concerning that you don't feel is conducive to what you would like as a council at this point in time.
Councillor Grainger.
Should the sales agreement and the development agreement be attached to this, or is it?
It's not attached to it just because it would be template only because each one is individual and unique.
Yeah,
Some
no,
of
I'm
development
saying the
agreements-
template.
Yeah.
In Squamish, it was.
Oh, yeah, they certainly could be. There's no challenge there.
And,
Yeah.
and the, particularly the development agreement, modified over time, got improved over time
Yeah.
that I was there, and those kind of development agreement templates were also approved by the council of the day. I don't know how that fits into this, but that struck me as
One of the issues we seem to be dealing with quite a bit, but not lately because we don't build a lot of houses every year, is the 1024 or the 1224,
yeah.
where we've had to extend and extend and extend. And again, that hasn't popped up lately because we're not building a ton, and the ones that are building are well within what they're doing. Councillor Burton.
And I apologize because I don't have it in front of me, but one of those had that if we take it back, there's like a $200 or $400 transfer fee.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to represent legal fees and costs?
It was, I think that clause, if I find it, it was if you wanted to sell it to someone else, we would accommodate it, but you had to pay a small transfer fee.
Yeah, but that was supposed to represent,
I couldn't say that exactly, but that would seem reasonable, yeah.
because it doesn't.
Well, it probably doesn't anymore. That's
It may
probably
have when
true,
it was
yeah.
written, but it
That's a
doesn't
good
now.
point, actually, yeah.
Well, it wasn't a percentage, it was a fixed sum.
It's on 5B, it's on the 5B4. The lot purchase and refund policy. The property trade, is that what you're talking about? The $200
Yes,
transaction fee
yeah.
paid by the...
Yeah.
So you suggest we should up that fee? Is that what you're
If
suggesting?
that's what it's
look
supposed
at
to
those
represent, it's dramatically low.
Well, then we should maybe look at that, yeah.
I'll make a note on that.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Councillor Brown.
So on that though, could we not, rather than say an exact amount, could we not say according to the 2023 fee schedule, or, I mean, I don't know the exact words to put in there so that we're not having to rechange it and rechange it?
And I like that idea. Lawyers, unlike the dentists, don't actually have schedules, but what you could do is you could say, that wasn't a shot.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, what we could do though, to satisfy your good idea, is if we just said they have to cover whatever our legal expenses
Agreed.
are. You know,
Just that way it's not a dollar amount.
otherwise
because
it's immediately out of date.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Like within 2 years,
Okay.
there's no point.
I'll look at, we'll get some input on what that looks like.
And if it needs to equal dental, so be it, right?
So you're going to clean these up and then bring them back again to
Yeah,
a meeting?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that takes care of bylaw and policy.
Yep.
Let's move on to other business. Strategic plan update, they're all there for you to see. In 3 weeks, we'll be probably kicking these over a little bit. Do we need discussion on it today?
Can you remind me which is the day that we are going to do?
Two items.
We
you
have
gotta
one of
figure that
3
out.
dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 2 items away from confirming that. So yeah, they're just there, but I knew we'd be going over them thoroughly here in a few weeks, so we don't need a lot of discussion tonight, I don't think.
Okay. We can look at the vote of electors results and next steps. Okay, this could take some good discussion here. So it's there for you to see what was the ballot results and the result of the vote. 494 in favor of and 431 opposed to. What's the next steps?
Councillor, do you want me just to speak to the procedural steps?
Yes.
So you have kind of unlimited, well, not unlimited, you have all kinds of options right now. One is you never have to speak of it again if you choose not to, and it dies its own natural death. You can plan to at least entertain second reading on the land use bylaw amendment, which would require a public hearing. And again, there's no set time frame for this. So the next step, if you wanted to move this further, is a public hearing. You can't do another reading until you have that. And so we have to advertise that for 2 weeks at least prior to a public hearing. People can ask to speak. It has been customary but not required that the chair at the time might ask if there's anyone else in the audience that wants to speak to it, and as long as that's respectful and appropriate, that's usually a good thing that can go on. And then after the public hearing, you can move or not move further readings. The other option you would have, if you really were definitive, let's say you were definitive as a group, or at least 4 of you were, in the negative, that you didn't want to move this any further, you could make a motion to rescind first reading. That's another thing you could do. You could simply wipe this thing off completely. So you can.
Agree that one.
Well, I'm just saying, should there be? I don't know. I'm not trying to assume your position. So, should there be an appetite to put it away, you can move to rescind first reading. You can just never address it, and after a year it dies. You can have a public hearing and fail second reading, then it's dead. Or the opposite, if there's 4 of you at least that want to see it move forward, public hearing, second reading, third reading.
Question. So if we agreed to have a public hearing, does that automatically mean then you have to have a second reading? Or could you do a public,
No.
could you do a public hearing, see how that shakes out, and then say there's no appetite to go to second?
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, you have no time. Well, you have some time restrictions because your first reading without a second reading is going to die its own death after, I think, a year. I think that's the amount. But I don't think there's any appetite from any of you to keep this hanging out there that long. So yes, you can do a public hearing, get a feel for what the back and forth was at that, and then make a decision as to whether or not you wanted to proceed to second reading. Normally, Councillor Grainger, what would happen is someone would put forward second reading, and that would pass or fail. I would say that would be the most normal way that would proceed.
Well, if I can, I might as well say it. As much as I wanted to see a plebiscite, and I did, and I think that's more information is always better than less. But 53 to 47 to me is not a overwhelming statement in favor of this. And after that has happened, my own view, and I might be alone on this, but I'd rather see this be postponed and it become an election issue at the end of the term for the next council. That if there's a slate of candidates that are pro-alcohol, they can run, and they can, we as a council don't have to do it. I don't think 53 to 47 is strong enough.
Well, what we needed 6% difference. We agreed. We had a straw poll on it and said we'll have the plebiscite, and we would abide by the wishes of the council or of the people. So I'm pushing to have.
Sorry, we did not say that. I certainly didn't agree.
Okay, I would push to have a public hearing on the 11th of July myself because of the results. Yeah.
Just giving feedback to it, some seniors talked to me and they wanted to know why the plebiscite poll wasn't open in the morning, because they came to vote at the library and then they weren't.
It wasn't just seniors I heard that from. So.
That's all I heard it from, because that's the world I live in.
All people working.
But they were quite upset, and one person said, seniors are the people that get up in the morning and get things done and then couldn't vote. So I don't know if they came back or not.
Mr. Chair, I don't agree with the July 11th open house.
Fine, we can set it whenever.
Because any month in the summer, we will have less chance to have as many people as we want here. I don't disagree with having an open house and a public hearing. I don't disagree with that. But I do not feel that July or August are good months. Or we do it in June, or we do it in September. But the summer months are surely not the right months to do that, and to get a population upset about things when they're trying to relax and be clear of a lot of issues that are really pitting one against the other, neighbor against neighbor, which is the case of what you're saying, so close. So there are already tense. So personally, I would avoid the summer months. I really would.
I'm amazed at how little I've heard back from people. This went through and then I didn't, it's been crickets. I'm fine with whenever. I cannot make it June, as I told you, the mayor, I've got a granddaughter graduating that day and I have to be at that graduation.
I understand, but it's true of any of us in any other month, right?
Yeah.
So I think if we do it, then let's move it to September for that matter, if that is where we want to go. But that seems to me a little far away.
I don't want to be pushed into being here and missing that graduation. That's what I don't want to be. And I understand that business goes on and business goes on, but there's also other personal reasons why some people can't be here for that particular reason, and that could be, as you've already mentioned, a very close vote. So, yeah.
I was just going to say my only argument to that is that the people that think that this is going to go through want to have that this summer to be able to potentially sell at their businesses, is all I've heard. They've been asking. I don't want to, I mean, there's potential this is going to happen, so why are we wasting it for a summer? These people, the certain individuals like restaurant owners, that's their only argument, is that they want to get going at it.
Sell their businesses that, I won't say it.
You know what I'm saying?
Councillor Brown.
So I too am in favor of having it sooner than later. I think I don't want to go through another summer like we went through last summer. I would like this put through the sooner we can. I'm in favor of the open house. As far as the hours go, I don't remember the discussion around it being open at 12:30. I can tell you there were lots of seniors there at noon when I was there voting. So I'm thinking if they were passionate about it, they'd have figured out a time to come and vote. I feel like that's my own personal opinion. But as far as picking a date, the sooner the better is the way I would like this handled. I really do not want to wait till September. I agree with the others that have said. I feel like, but I also, it is not our job to bully each other as councillors, to make sure that we're respectful, and if Councillor Burton can't be here for something he's passionate about, we are like, okay, we'll put it off until we can all be here, because this is a full council's decision.
Well, let me ask you a procedural question, Jeff. If I'm not here, can I vote in absent?
You could Zoom.
You can zoom in.
Well, I'm going to be sitting in the middle of a graduation thing.
No, there isn't a mechanism for you to vote on a matter that you weren't in attendance for the meeting for.
No proxy votes.
But there's no vote at a public hearing.
Well, it depends if you immediately wanted to do second reading.
So we don't have to. You
do
can have
not
the
have
vote
to.
whenever you
Totally
want.
agree.
We can have you hearing.
Can't vote by proxy?
Could we not agree as council that, let's just say, just bear with me for a second, councillor. Let's just say that we go ahead, like the mayor said, and it's the 27th. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's say we have the open house. Sorry, I'm cold. Let's say we have the open house on the 27th, and we as council agree that we will not vote on it till everyone is at this table. That would be fair.
I agree with that.
That would work.
And I feel like that way you're not missing. I feel like you were going to be gone.
I'm gone in the summer.
Yeah, so, but
Yeah.
Anyway,
and
the
I'm gone next Tuesday.
okay.
So,
But
but
I'm
that
just
doesn't
saying,
matter, but-
we then could agree to be open and honest about this and make our vote when everyone is here. I think that would be fair. So that way we're not putting it off till September. That way we're going to go ahead and do it on the 27th. That way we get that portion of it done so that the next time we meet as all of us, we can make that decision. I feel like that is fair.
I can agree with that. I have no problem with that idea.
Awesome.
I think if we can manage to get that through, I mean, we kind of jumping through the hoops right now because we have three choices. We have, first of all, to decide if that's what we want as a council.
Of course.
Because that is not decided yet, since one of the options is to let it go, and the second one, don't remember what it is, but the third one was to carry on.
So we can't make a motion right now in regards to that, but could we not do a straw vote so that we know, like I'm in favor of an open house.
So you could recommend to council to set June
Yeah.
27th as a public hearing.
So here's the
And
thing.
public hearing, by the way, not open house.
Yeah, it's
Clearly, that's what I meant.
no,
Yeah.
we misuse the
Oh.
word, myself also.
So are we having the open house on the 27th and then right after it?
No, that's a whole
No,
idea
because
now.
he wouldn't be here.
You could vote by
Oh,
Zoom.
okay. Oh,
He's
it's the
saying he
27th.
Yeah,
He's at
he
his
can't
son's
do that.
graduation, right?
Have my
No, no,
headphones
the
on,
vote
looking at my
vote
phone,
on
and
a day other
Another
than
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's
Yeah,
what, and I agree
agreed.
with that.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
well, you could, if you were away, could vote by Zoom.
Yeah.
In the summertime.
Yeah, I'm just in Fernie. I can come back, but I don't like to.
Of course.
You can vote by Zoom.
By Zoom? I can by Zoom then.
I don't like.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Councillor
I was just
Gary.
gonna say, personally, if I don't know if we can do I don't want to say a straw vote, but if there's not 4 of us that want to do this, I don't want to go any further. I want it dead. And I can't ask that right now, but I'm just saying, if there's not 4 of us, based on the results, that's why we did this. If there's not 4 of us right now, then what are we doing? Like,
But that's a question, right? That's why I say unless.
if there's 4 of us that are going to be a yes based on the plebiscite results, which is why we had it, then we're gonna move forward. But I don't want to waste our time and the public's time if it's 4 against.
Well, let's do the straw poll then.
I'm just asking you. I don't know if we can do that.
You betcha.
So, just if we're going around the table, I didn't get to make my comment. So, first of all, I stand corrected. I was the only one who's always voted against the plebiscites, and I think it was instructive. I was surprised that we went from roughly a quarter to roughly half in that short a period of time. I stand corrected. I wouldn't have guessed that. I thought the needle had moved, but I'm surprised it moved that much. Secondly, my comment about the plebiscite once we decided we were having one was that it would be either way compelling on me if it were substantially one way or the other, and I think I suggested like a 2/3, and I made reference to corporate bylaws, which typically in an item that's of magnitude that you would require what was called a special resolution or whatever. In other words, it wouldn't just be a half plus one. It would be more like a 2/3 kind of thing, and that either way I would feel that compelling. So just to clarify that I think I made it really clear beforehand that I wasn't bound by the vote. In fact, I think I said that about 3 different times. Then my last comment is, if we're at this point, I had said if we vote to have the plebiscite, that I would support it, and I think I have. And there's probably some value if we've gone this far in having the I almost said open
I know.
house.
Yeah.
We've had one of those already.
No, believe me. In having a public hearing, we had this many people come out to vote on that issue. They probably feel like they would like to be heard rather than just their vote counted, I would guess. There were people, I stood and watched for a while. I had 3 family members who couldn't vote because they could vote earlier but not later. But I don't think any of that nullifies. I think it's of complete value for what it was. It was to better instruct us, better inform us, and I think regardless of the hours and all the rest of it, we can always blame the RAF. I think there's some value in what we did, and we take it for what it is.
It hasn't been mentioned yet, but the business survey is interesting, almost 80-20 in favor of on the business community side. Councillor Jensen.
Okay, just a question. So, and don't get riled. Is it possible for us to take and split that question and vote in favor of having it at the golf course and Agrodome, but not in favor in the restaurants, or vice versa? Can we do that, or do we have to take it as collective?
I would see an uprising in the business community. The results were what they are, and if now we start monkeying around and playing around with it, I think people are going to be a little concerned. The question, what's the question?
Or Councillor Jensen's question was, is it possible? It is, if we amend the bylaw that's proposed before us.
Yeah, for the bylaw.
I wouldn't be in favor of tinkering with it now, but yeah, it's possible, but I wouldn't be in favor of it.
Agreed.
Okay, we're back to a straw poll. Who would
Well,
be in?
if I might, Councillor, one thing you could do is if It's Councillor Kenley's question about gauging the interest around the table of pursuing this further. If someone wants to recommend to council to set the 27th as a public hearing, you're going to see if you get 4 people vote on it.
Okay.
That's
Councillor,
not what he asked, though.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. But you wanted to know if there was interest in seeing this thing move forward at all.
Well, what I'm saying is that, I mean, for me, the public hearing, the plebiscite is the numbers that I need to see. We're going to have people here for and against, and I don't believe it's going to sway my vote one way or the other. And so what I'm saying is, I don't want to have this if there's 4 people that are against. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm?
Yeah. Maybe I will reiterate my position. All along, I always have said that I will honor the result of the plebiscite. The plebiscite results are what they are. The majority have spoken. The majority is in favor of alcohol. I will support that majority because that's the majority that voted me as mayor. So if you want to know my position towards an open house, about a public hearing, sorry, I keep on reverting to the wrong term. I could support a public hearing.
It just comes back to what I'm saying is, you can support the public hearing, but I don't want to have the public hearing if you're not going to support the second reading.
Well, you heard me.
She just said.
I know,
she
but I
said
thought
she
that you
would.
just said you would support the public hearing.
No.
That's all I heard.
No, she started with saying she would support the majority as the
Okay.
mayor that
Thank
put
you.
her in.
Okay.
So I would like to make,
Before you do, could I answer his
I would
question?
like to hold it for a minute, because clearly what I meant.
hold
I
go.
don't know that I clearly answered his question, so I'll clearly answer it now. I'm still not persuaded and wouldn't support it. From what I know right now, having not had a public hearing, I still wouldn't support the new bylaw.
The advantage or the value of a public hearing is getting more information. We will hear finally and clearly from everybody, and that's the process, that's the bylaw, you have to do it. So it's not without value. But if we're going to do are you now going
I
to
really-
ask for a straw poll? Okay.
I'm
She's
actually
going to
gonna.
put. She's
I'm
going to put
putting
a
it out there.
recommendation
Okay.
forward.
Well, you put it out there and then I'll put it out there.
I'm a little confused on what you were saying about we'll finally hear clearly. I thought that was the reason behind the plebiscite, and that we heard clearly that 53% are in favor and 47% are not.
But
I mean, we might get 20 or 40 people here at a public hearing. We're not going to get 3,500 here. So who are we going to hear from?
But Councillor Court, honestly, just to play a little bit of the devil's advocate, when
What's
I
that
heard
word?
when I heard all the different discussion over the weeks, it was never decided that the plebiscite would guide our final vote. The plebiscite was just another piece of data.
Yes.
For me, I chose to use that as my guiding light.
Yep.
But there were many around the table that did not, and I respect that position too. So just to kind of clarify.
Brown.
I'm a little head shy.
Well, no, they're fine. I just wanted
No, I
to
appreciate
protect us. I don't want
Yeah.
any more bashing one way or the other.
Agreed.
Like, that's what I don't want to happen. It's gonna happen probably again at the
Agreed.
public hearing, and I just didn't want it to happen
Unnecessary.
unnecessarily.
But what I can tell you is, however many years ago, the last public hearing that there was, I was sitting just right in here somewhere, and I'm here to tell you that the mayor was on point that night, and she did not let anyone speak badly to her council, whether they agreed for
I
or
appreciate
against.
that.
Because-
She absolutely held on point,
Thank you.
and she's as feisty as ever
Okay.
now. Not that you're more, with all due respect, but I'm just saying, I feel, and I appreciate where you're coming from, because I too don't want to put my neck on the line and I feel like I've had enough lately. So I too don't want to put my neck on the line if in fact we do not have enough. But what I'm hearing is,
Yeah.
I think we're there.
Okay.
So I would like to, Councillor, am I good?
Yes, you are.
Paula freak. I would like
Hold
to,
on, he has an head up.
No. I make the motion and I'm gonna say something.
Make
Well,
the
maybe I should say
resolution.
before.
It's
I'm
a
gonna confirm
resolution
on
on
my
a motion,
phone,
right?
go ahead.
but I will be on Zoom
Okay,
on the 27th. I am working evenings,
okay,
but I will be here like I always am unless I get called
Okay.
to emerge that night, just so everyone's
Okay.
aware.
Okay.
but we've agreed that we're
We're not doing
being
second.
respectful of each other and we will not be voting that night. That's crystal clear because we were, okay.
Okay.
We'll try and pick a night that everybody
Agreed.
is.
We will pick a night.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm just pulling up my calendar just to make sure I say the right date. So it would be,
The 27th of June.
I got this.
I
I would
think-
like to make a motion that we have a,
Recommend to council.
Recommendation.
clearly,
Yeah.
I would like to make a recommendation that we have a public hearing, thank you, on June 27th at,
Well, you can set the time, Tuesdays when we have public hearings.
okay, 6 p.m. That
Yeah.
is giving people enough time to get home from work. And so 6 p.m. on June 27th here in council chambers for our public hearing on the land use bylaw for alcohol.
Councillor,
Is that a motion?
Yeah.
it's a resolution.
Well, a
it on the
You
recommendation.
can speak to the resolution now.
Oh, it's a straw poll.
So looking at the calendar, we're taking Aaron down to the MTC that day, and I wouldn't be available.
Okay.
So I could still support
Yep,
the
open
hearing.
house.
I'm just saying I won't be here, and I won't be on Zoom.
I can also mention that the meeting will be recorded and you can view everything afterwards before the next meeting.
As I can as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now do you call the straw poll?
Yeah, well, it's
Now let's
still-
call for resolution.
Resolution,
Okay, all in favor of the resolution? Opposed? Carries.
yeah. Can I ask just something? Just for your information, Council, I've had a couple, and I mean only a couple of comments, kind of what Councillor Jensen mentioned about, oh, it wasn't open at this time, it wasn't here. I just want to reiterate a couple of things. For this vote of the electors, we had an open house advertising the day of the advance poll in the election. We had a full page 3 weeks before in the newspaper, an entire page, and then ads every week thereafter. The letter to citizens, the annual report that went to every property in town, 1/3 of that brochure was about the vote, advance poll, and voting day. Went to every property in town. We did 2 telematic, what would you call them? Call-outs. So every cell phone, email address, and telephone that we have of people in town, it went to them twice.
They knew.
It was on Facebook. It was on Instagram. There was about 50 posters put up downtown. We ran the poll for 19 hours. We were open. And so I have a hard time. I don't know what else we could have done. Let's put it that way. Aside from knocking on doors and handing out personal invitations to every person. Do I agree that we weren't open the exact same hours as the provincial election? Yep. That's absolutely true. We weren't the provincial election. We weren't tied to them in any way. We just happened to do it on the same day. So I'm not too worried about the amount of hours we were open because 935 people or 25 people knew when it was.
Yeah. That's significant.
And I will take our hat off. I think administration, I think unanimously would agree, did a fantastic job in getting it out there. It was crystal clear. This council was upfront about our question. There was no hiding or changing thing. It was a yes or no. I heard from a lot of people the week after saying that they were grateful that they were able to really think about the question before seeing it on paper. So I too feel like you're always gonna hear, you didn't, you should have, okay, And when they're in council, we'll
We'll be
bring your
forgiving of
ideas
them, too.
forward, right? And we try and be better and do better, but I feel like we did. We were honest, we were open. You're always clear on that. We had direction, and we gave everybody the opportunity to come. And if a lot of people didn't, I had people say to me, I'm good either way, so whatever. And I feel like if you were passionate either way, we heard from the 900 and whatever. Those were the passionate people. The ones we didn't hear from were like, I'm good either way. So
My golf friends that went golfing and didn't vote.
yeah.
Councillor Croy, I just want to mention too, we did find one error in what we had online and what we had on the posters for the advance poll. We had some hours different on those two things, so what we did is we opened at the earliest advertised time on any medium and stayed open as late as the latest advertised time on any medium to make sure that we didn't confuse anyone there.
And I heard from a number of county residents that are business owners, and they were very appreciative of the fact that we opened that up, because we didn't have to, but it was about inclusion, I said.
Yeah, no, that went over well too, I agree. Yeah.
Can we move on to the next item?
We voted. We voted.
You did. You
voted
voted. You're
already.
good. You were 6-1,
Yeah, we
Councillor.
were.
Okay, planning session agenda.
Looks like a good agenda.
Oh, so it's really what I need.
Councillor.
It just mimics your planning session. So what I was looking for is you gave me a range of dates with kind of a range of times with a range of topics, and it's a lot of work to put these together, which I'm happy to do, but I'd like to get this defined. So we had June 19th, 20th, or 21st, maybe 5 to 9, or to however long it takes potentially, and then I'm open to anything else on the agenda.
I
Okay.
like 5 to
Is
9.
this meeting in camera or no? I just don't know. Like, is
It usually we consider those confidential sessions.
okay.
Generally, yes. We will not, like, no offense, Tammy, but the media won't be invited. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
There's just one thing I would like to discuss on that day. That's extra help for our CAO. So it seems like you're running off your feet, and sometimes things that could be done aren't because you're so busy. So I would like to see that added.
Can we, a suggestion to add something on the, at the very least, like a detailed update on the pre-design exercise for Main Street?
Well, that's why I wondered if you wanted associated to have them attend virtually even. I put that as possible delegates.
Yeah.
The only thing I would suggest there is, so the only thing I would throw out there is that there might be a number of the public that are also interested in it, so we just wanted at the next council meeting potentially.
Well, the reason I'm saying put it on this agenda is that it's an opportunity for us to talk about some of the things that we as a council want to see in this project. We haven't actually done that. We've sort of talked around it a little bit, like bicycle lanes or angle versus parallel parking, upsize the water mains, some of that stuff. And particularly some of the street furniture and the landscaping features that are going to come with a project like this. We haven't even started to talk about that. So I thought it would be a timely and a good opportunity for us to, sort of have a bit of a think tank that way. It might only take half an hour to an hour, but...
Just a few groans when you said an hour. So, yeah, Councillor.
So I'm the one that originally brought up this issue, and what was in my head when I brought it up was that we're not it would be beneficial for us to review what's on that list more frequently than once a year. And I'm not saying we don't review it in private. In fact, it was my private review of it that made me think of this. But as a council, to review it, help us give admin better direction, more focused direction. Feels like it's kind of 101 things, and we don't, we kind of spin around. And again, absolutely no comment on administration. Part of it's from what Councillor Court said, are we understaffed? That's one thing, of course we should look at it, that meeting, in my opinion. And that's kind of the focus that I thought. And, if we're going to have a meeting in an evening or something, if even in a 2.5-hour meeting, I wonder if we have time to do what you're doing, for two reasons. One, I don't know that we would do what I had in mind in the time that was left. And two, what you're talking about may justify more time than half an hour. So we might do both a disservice by trying to scrunch them into the same meeting.
I guess what I'm saying is that at some point soon, this council needs to look at some of the nitty gritty of this
Yeah.
stuff. If we hold a separate session for that alone, with the consultant in tow, and maybe even after the results of our first visit of public consultation, particularly with the businesses on Main Street, then bring that back. That might be September or something, you know. I'm just saying that we should do this before that pre-design report is completed, because in my mind, I'm thinking that'll be late fall, and then we'll have a description, we'll have pictures, drawings, details, and a really good cost estimate, and then we can start thinking about how we're gonna fund this thing, once we know what we wanna build.
Thank you. I'm glad you added that last part, because we're going to spend a lot of time on this, but how far can we go with this? And where are we going to get the money from? So I'm glad you added that last
Well,
part.
no, it's critical, obviously. With no money, you got no project.
Exactly.
But we need to know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
You know, in terms of the various funders that we can go to.
I agree. Councillor Jensen?
Okay, when we decided on this, we decided that it was for a strategic planning session.
Right.
And, you know, rest of you probably don't agree, but, you know, I feel like now we're missing the boat, that it's getting that and everything else. And I would have just preferred to keep it to the strategic plan and not everything else. Why do, I don't know. You know, we're coming back for a special session. Why do we want to clog it up with everything else?
Well, my suggestion to discuss the amount of time is part of that strategic plan that will get done, I think, faster if we have a little more help in the office or wherever else we're looking at it. That's the only reason I would bring that in, because move that strategic plan along.
Yeah, and the 21st is that National Indigenous Day or something. Are we doing anything? Is that something
That's
here in
the
town?
Wednesday.
Are we recognizing that or anything?
Are we doing this next week?
Still.
Oh wait, the 20th.
21st, so that's a Wednesday.
Oh, the 21st.
Well, you need to decide that.
19, 20, or 21.
Oh, sorry.
Get my orange shirt on for sure.
And
Councillor Brown?
So I feel like we're scattered a little bit here. So
Fun date.
yeah. Sorry. So I agree with what you've said. I agree with what you've said. Yes, we need to do that. My choice wouldn't be to do it at this meeting.
agree.
Perfect. I think we need to focus. It sounds like you're speaking the same language. So, in the essence of time, if we could just look at our calendar, it was my understanding that the date
Was
we
the
talked
20th.
about was, sorry?
Monday or Tuesday?
the
20th.
Tuesday,
Yes.
the
The
20th.
20th.
I think I'm
I
good
already
with the
put that
20th,
in, so-
personally.
Yeah, the
Tuesday.
20th
That's not a
is
council
something that, why don't we try to see how many can make it on the 20th?
I already put it in on the 20th, so I thought something we had.
Okay, so that the 20th, can you?
Can't.
Oh, you're no bueno on the 20th? Doesn't look for you?
Sorry.
Let's try a different day. Let's try to get everybody
I
there.
couldn't. I had it in for the 21st.
21st, everyone's a Wednesday.
It is. It is the 21st.
I'm good for
It is
the
a
19th,
Wednesday.
20, or 21.
Come up, President.
Yeah,
Saint
I'm
Jean
good
Baptiste.
for 21st.
That's
I'm-
St. Jean Baptiste Day. I don't know if I can. 21st is fine for me too. I'm good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I've just 20th. Yeah.
You have not been asked to do anything, be participating in anything the 21st with First
Should be
Nation,
over by then though.
but during the day or
In
what?
the evening.
At the same time?
Well, we haven't said what time it was, so I could do it during the day, but I can't do it at like 5.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say.
So
I'm trying
in the
to say,
evening, I have something that I've agreed to help with.
so are we better if we were to say 3,
He works
Maybe.
ish.
2 to 6?
I worked till 4 that day.
Yeah, so
Doesn't work.
yeah. So 21st,
The 21st evening is okay?
No.
21st evening. Yeah.
Oh,
21st
okay.
evening.
Sorry, I
Alright,
thought you
so
were
that's
just talking about obligations on
You
the 21st.
were saying
No,
you could not do it in
No,
the
20th.
evening.
I said the 20th.
Gotcha. Sorry, I
20th
misunderstood.
Is,
Me
20th
too.
is when I can't do it.
Okay.
The 21st,
Evening.
after 5, I can do it.
That looks like the best day.
Then the 21st it is.
Feels like we're there. Okay.
You all
5
have your orange
p.m.
shirts
people?
on because that's the day.
Yeah.
5 o'clock?
Gotcha.
It's golf league night.
right.
So do we need a recommendation?
No, I think
or-
it's fine. I'll bring you an agenda for approval and stuff like that.
Next
You
is,
know,
We're meeting here.
there's a concern about cluttering up, not cluttering, that's a bad word.
Loading.
I was gonna say hogging the agenda with infrastructure. You could maybe, unless there's a reason, take the wastewater treatment plant off that.
Yeah, I just threw that on there if you were looking for delegations, but if I could speak from administration's point of view, I don't mind where we just get in a room and can speak frankly about all the aspects of this that aren't working or are working.
And
or
just
where
like
we
we
have
did
challenges.
when we did our.
Yeah, I'd like to go
planning.
just down the points and cross them
Yeah.
off. and
Councillor Jensen made a good point. I
circle
mean,
some.
Yeah.
these other things are important, but you know, there's just not enough hours in the day.
Okay, no, I'll tweak that. We'll be good.
Maybe we need a priority list.
Well, I think we'll just use
From
our strategic plan template with the most updated progress report, and I'll start working on some challenges, resources, things like that, and we can go through the list, I think.
okay, next on the agenda is our favorite thing, the parade attendance. I will be in Raymond on July 1st, but I'll be sitting on a float for those that have been out of high school 50 years.
How many? Could you say it into the mic?
I had expressed interest to the mayor about, I don't know if she got my email, about Raymond Parade, just for a family day for my family to go and do it.
Good.
I've never been to the Raymond Parade personally.
It's a good
Missed one
one.
in
It's a very
67.
good one.
I can do the Raymond one, and
Sounds great.
Somebody taking notes. I volunteer again for the Fort McLeod as one of the two councillors for
Yeah,
that.
I'll be the other one if it's all right.
I mean, the McGrath, when is the McGrath one?
It is the 23rd. No,
Yeah,
22nd.
22nd of July?
Yep.
I could do that one. That one is just a car and no candy.
And candy. No, there's
Yeah.
candy.
Candy.
Oh, there's candy. Okay.
get that arm working.
We should all try
Hey,
and
what-
make the Cardston
what-
carriage, right?
Let's
Yeah.
try to see what Councillor Jensen won before I open my mouth.
I did McGrath before, but I would
Okay, well,
like to
you
do
do
Pincher
it.
Creek this
Okay.
year, so I'm not here.
But you know, unless we swap, if you want to do the McGrath because I had candy, for me it's easier if there is no candy.
I would prefer not to do McGrath.
Okay.
That week I've got my son and his family at my trailer, and I'm not leaving my trailer. I'm sorry.
So I've
My
got you for Pincher
grandkids.
Creek, Councillor Jensen?
I would like
Okay.
Pincher Creek, the 19th,
Okay, got it.
if no one else wants it.
Yep.
Okay.
Counselor.
Yes.
Okay, I would like to take Blood Tribe Kainai Days, July 21st to 23rd.
And if I'm here, I'll go out there with you. I'm just not sure if I'll be here or not.
Yep, that sounds good. And I would also be fine to do the Glenwood one, as my family will be there.
Okay. I leave Sterling.
Sterling, yeah.
What day is Sterling?
Sterling is the 15th.
July 15th.
If I'm here, let me look. July 15th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that leaves us only Lethbridge, and I don't want to go to Lethbridge, so.
Okay,
Yeah,
I've done
I'll do
it.
I work that
Sterling.
evening, so
Sorry, Councillor Burton, you good for Sterling?
Yeah, I'll do Sterling.
Lethbridge is
My two old haunts.
spring.
Yeah.
All this is commercial floats, this kind of.
Okay, let me just see. August 22nd.
I always get, hey, Mr. Court, you taught me in high school. Hey, Mr. I hear that all the way down.
August 22nd.
Sometimes they throw
failed
things
me
at
in social.
So many things they throw things
Who's
at
doing
me.
Lethbridge? We haven't done it yet, have we?
We used to do a
That's
whole
what we're
shooting
sticking
match
around
with
here,
Lethbridge.
yeah.
All of us
Can't
went, we
do
got in
August
the
22nd.
in the carriage, but it's just,
Yeah, we used to do all that, go to lunch after, it was a whole day.
Wait,
but
is it during the
the last
day?
5,
What
6
time?
years, we haven't
It's
done a
like
whole lot with it.
10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning.
I work at 3 that day, so
Which
You're
one?
done by noon.
Oh yeah, you'd be back.
in Lethbridge.
Yeah, and you're in the big, huge, like you could bring your wife and your kids. It's really fun.
Are you trying to sell me?
Fun, we did it last year.
Yeah, we did it last
oh,
year.
for Lethbridge?
Yeah.
Well, you get your
Counselor.
own little thing.
No, you get like
Take the trolley.
yeah, a carriage and the horses, and your kids would love it.
I know, but are you like by yourself, or is there all
No,
the other
you,
guys?
No,
no, you
it's-
can bring friends,
None of us.
your
No,
No, I'm
family.
saying Is it just me and my family in one thing?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No candy.
You would have your own carriage.
And the 2 drivers.
So I got to bring candy for my kids.
No, yeah, because you can't throw
Yeah.
candy.
Bring your own.
That's just
All right, I'll do it.
that's just like water in the park. No fun at all.
Yeah, but honestly, you're done.
Got
Like
it.
you're out of there by 1
That
o'clock.
was-
So.
Get her.
The Sterling one's short enough, they go around twice, so it's no longer.
Glenwood,
I did it
Glenwood
last
might be
year.
the same way.
Yeah.
I don't mind Glenwood. It's
Well,
actually
the
a fun
same
one.
with the blood tribe. Last year I only did it once, but in the past I used to do it twice.
Glenwood was on the same
around.
day as
This is
McGrath.
finalized.
Go
Can
to
you
Glenwood's.
circulate it?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else on that? We got that taken care of. Intermunicipal items, update, Councillor Brown.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just gonna need to get there. Just gotta pull up my notes. I just wanted the support of council. I was asked to be a judge at the Kainai Princess Pageant for, it's either July 11th or the 18th. They're getting back to me on the day, and they requested that I be one of the judges. And then they also wanted me there for the Kainai Days, which is the weekend, because then once they pick the princess, then I need to be there for the next step. So I just wanted supportive council. I told them that I would when I passed my council. So
I'll move support for that, for whatever we do.
Yep.
It's good.
All in favor?
thank
You're
you.
on.
We'll take that as a
They
recommendation.
did the Friday.
Is that a
Recommendation.
recommendation?
You're good, I got
I
it.
gotta check, but I could go up Friday night.
That was the, or whatever we do part on the end of the
I
move.
got you.
Next time in McGrath.
Approve the minutes next meeting, eh?
Thank
When
you.
we make it safe.
That was all. Yeah.
That is it.
Oh, actually, sorry, I have one more. And then the other one is on, sorry, I gotta get there. On June 20th in Moses Lake, they're having a Parks and Rec bingo to drum up funds. So they had a massive bingo that Councillor Nish and I ran the concession at a couple months ago in Standoff, and they did really well. They made a good chunk of money, and they're rolling it into their next bingo, which is the 20th of June in Moses Lake. And so the funds go towards their rec programs. That's one way of funding different things. And so they, Councillor Anish and myself, I'm taking buns, he's taking a roast, and we'll be working again that night. So I just wanted you all to be aware. I will be volunteering that time.
Do you need
Can I
something
come play
else?
bingo?
Sorry?
Are we allowed to come play bingo?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's wonderful. Like, we had a fantastic time. I was not, because we were working our butts off in concession, but it's a lot of fun. We had a great time. It'll be at the Moses Lake Gym on the 20th. So
Okay. All right.
that was all. Sorry. Thank you.
Let's move on to questions. I think we've answered pretty much what we need.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I back to that one. So no, I'm good. I'll bring it up another time. I'm
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Okay, correspondence, Tanya Thorne. There's some interesting things on the budget. If you had a chance to look through that, Councillor Jensen.
I was really crushed that she said that, yes, I know you do not all read my entire email, because I do read the entire email. I read everything.
You need to email her back and tell her that.
I'm going to write her back and tell her that I was hurt.
Spot on.
So there's some good things on the budget. Realizing it was an election year, and they're gonna, plus we had a pretty good year with the oil, so they added quite a bit onto it. Alberta Southwest will be happy to see they're getting quite a bit more money.
Yeah, wow.
From the 50,000,
125?
125,000, I'll make Bev real happy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, the nine reader left
yeah.
are going to be able to survive.
2 years ago, they took a $50,000 cut,
I know.
and then they've added it back on plus 25.
Well, I think the big concern is that the new LGFF is going to be 33% below the historical MSI levels, and that is just simply not sustainable. And it's not just us and our sewage plant. I mean, it's Raymond and its sewage lagoon, it's sewage treatment in McGrath. I mean, all over the province, every municipality is hurting for infrastructure or infrastructure dollars.
But if you look back at, sorry, can I
Yeah, go
say
ahead.
something?
Just trying to figure it out
At
here.
Tanya Thorne, Tanya Thorne is going to FCM, and she has questions there for us to fill. Where are your needs? Your most important needs for the upcoming years. And I mean, if we don't respond, it's not helping us very well. And so she has a survey there that she wants us to fill, and maybe we should.
Okay, educate me on this one, Councillor. Removal of 50% cap on the growth factor to the LGFF, what does that mean?
Well, I'm not an expert at it, but
What does that mean, removing 50% of the LGFF?
It is under budget 2023
Just wondering what it means.
Back here.
of the
I
50.
remember something of that. Just a second here.
there.
She says that's a win.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So I think they were trying to hedge. They were trying to hedge inflation by only increase. So LGFF is made up of a series of revenues from the province to make up the total pot.
Okay.
They were trying to protect against spikes in the pot by only having the growth of it. So if revenues, income tax, oil royalties, all that went up more than a certain amount, they were trying to keep that mitigated to some
I
degree,
gotcha.
and I think they've removed it.
But if you scroll down, Councillor, she points out in one of the bullets, the current starting amount of LGFF is set at $722 million, which is 33% below the historical average level of MSI and BMTG over the last 12 years. Put it another way, over the last decade, provincial funding for community infrastructure has dropped from $424 per capita to $154. I'm saying, as a citizen, I'm saying as a councillor, that is not sustainable. And I mean, we see it every day trying to figure out how we're going to pay for our sewage plant, and particularly how we're going to pay to redo Main Street. And the provincial government that just got elected again is dropping the levels, and we need to do something about
We
this.
fought this every year with MSI, up, down, it's just always over everywhere.
So if you look on that page, the same page where there's a budget, if you go just one paragraph up or two, there's a question. I'm starting off this email with two questions. So one has to do if we want to organize a caucus, so let's forget about that part. But two, what is the number one challenge, issues facing your municipality? And she wants an answer, and we should answer.
Yeah.
Because honestly, to me, I view the sewer plant as being one. In years to come will be the water plant. The library ICF is still something we need to figure out how we're going to do that.
The rest of our infrastructure deficit that's going to be identified in the redone infrastructure master plan.
I mean, so those are maybe things, Jeff, if you want to reply to Tanya on our behalf and kind of give her a sense of, yeah, we do have serious concerns because, as you say, they're not ours only. So the more we'll answer in Alberta that question, the more chance we have for the government to start to say, oh, they're all aching. Maybe we need to figure it out.
Lined up to talk to the guys at the last AU
Yeah,
meeting.
I mean,
35.
we all
were the
suffer
last.
with infrastructure money. We don't have enough. That's obvious.
Yep.
Would it not be worth our while? We always get letters from the other communities that are kind
Write a letter collectively? Is that what you're thinking?
I was going to say that, but you
thought
stole
it
thunder
for her.
clearly. So if I could, back up a minute. So
Sorry.
it's fine. What I was going to say, she nailed it. But I think it would be a good idea because we are constantly getting letters from other municipalities that are just like us. And so why not reach out to them so that we are heard? Because I feel like if we are, and Cardston's fantastic, don't get me wrong, but how much better looking are we if we have other communities that we're all struggling with the same thing. We all have this massive infrastructure, whether it's whatever, that we need money for. And we cannot put that burden on our taxpayers. So I think rather than, yes, I'm all for answering her back, but I feel like if we had a collective letter, I think that's the key.
Why don't we send our letter to her, copy every municipality in the province, and in our letter put a question, invite other municipalities to join us somehow.
But isn't she inviting us all to join?
Yeah.
Councillor Burton.
So if she asks for what's our first priority, if we say infrastructure, is that
No.
I want it specific.
well, but
We have a
she
master
want a
plan
list
that
of them, she want
identifies.
one. Well, anyway, I was just going to point out, is it the correct term, critical infrastructure is our biggest issue? In other words, is that a narrower, more focused? So sewer would be a critical infrastructure,
Yeah,
and a new sports facility might be infrastructure but not critical.
yeah.
You know, so I'm just suggesting, should we use the word
I've
critical?
used that word critical infrastructure more than once in my time as before and on this council. Yes, it's critical infrastructure. And I could sit down with Jeff and we could go through even the 2017 and cherry pick the critical ones, you know, and list them that way as an initial shot. But, you
I
know,
don't think that, I get the impression she's not looking for a laundry list. She's saying what's keeping you awake at night, and we're saying funding critical infrastructure. Isn't that the answer she's looking for?
but you need to describe it.
She's one of our top 10.
Sure. Let everybody talk. Are you done? Then it's Mayor's turn.
Okay, can I maybe clarify from the question? She said, what is the number one challenge, comma, issues, not issue, but issues with an S, facing your municipality? So the challenge has
Communities.
issues, but the issues, we need to narrow them down to 3 or 4 or something like that.
It's not how I read it, but whatever.
Okay, so how do you read it,
Oh, she
Councillor?
said number 1. I think she wants 1, and different communities have different issues, plural.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So to you critical infrastructure, okay, I get it. I can buy into that.
You can call it critical infrastructure. I would call it critical infrastructure deficit and the ability for our municipality to fund the needed
Oh,
projects.
I agree. I was questioning, should we qualify the word infrastructure to make it more pointed?
I think so.
I think everyone.
Why don't we take a run at this? Have administration write up a draft and bring it back for us to look at.
Just every community outside the oil guys have all got the same issue, the deficit. Every one of them.
Yep.
So it's nothing brand new. Obviously, if you're up in the oil field area, they got the county sharing their millions and billions. They don't have an issue like we do. So the counties up there are building skating rinks and everything else for their county. And here we're struggling to keep a roof on our skating rink. But anyhow,
We just gotta strike oil down here, okay?
well, there's some, but just not enough yet. Okay, are we okay on that?
Yep.
Okay, James Henline Rotary Club inviting to the tournament. We generally do this, don't we? Send a team in.
So I read a dual thing. 1, do we want to put a team in? And 2, could you donate? Did James give us a form? Or is he just hoping we'll fill out the form?
He's throwing it out there.
Yeah, he did not ask specifically like with the form for donation. So I just took it as putting a team in and paying the fee as a
Yes,
That's
exactly
the way I
what
looked
it
at it
is.
too.
support.
When is the tournament?
It
On
is.
Friday.
He's not asking for facilities donation.
No.
Okay.
You-
Normally we have members of the staff that kind of have a chance to go. It's a little perk for them. It's not a bad one.
Okay.
I don't know. Depends
Find
on
out.
golf.
How come you didn't ask me that question, Jeff?
Are you working that day?
They don't
Okay,
want
so
me.
are you to agree that we will
Haven't
sponsor a
seen
team?
golf.
I was just gonna say, I know last year that they were pretty choked that we didn't do something for them last year. I'm not saying
Didn't we donate half of the entire green fees?
we didn't. We did not for them.
Yeah.
It's because they're asking for money for the playground, weren't they?
Yeah.
Remember?
I'd like to look at that. Yeah.
I just remember because it was during the video,
Pandemic.
not the pandemic, but it was during the Dr. Tailfeather's daughter's video.
Oh, yeah.
And James came and sat, and he was really choked that and I just said to him, we're going through a new policy and new this, and anyways, just the Rotary Club was a little bit choked on that.
Aside from the fact you gave 25,000 in cash and
That's
machine
what I
time
said.
for
I think after it was, but just initially when it was a no on the
Communication
donation.
between the Rotarians at that time.
Full team?
But that's good. Well, then we will sponsor a team.
bring a resolution back for next
I
week.
might
you.
be working.
How many's in a team?
4.
You a golfer, Councillor Jensen?
Are you a
Oh,
golfer?
I
okay.
don't golf,
All right.
I know.
Because councillors first,
out
that's what I
there.
would say. Any interest
You
in
would-
councillors?
you
Yeah,
would hate me.
I'll go. I mean, I'm a bit of a duffer, but I do have clubs.
That's why they do 4-man scramble.
Yeah, it's best ball. Is
Yeah.
that what it is? Yeah, I'm good for that. I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Okay.
The Henderson email, I think we've
You know-
dealt with.
Yeah, it's
They are
dealt with,
moving
correct.
up by the RCMP, that lot just to the south of the RCMP, which I think is a great spot. I understand Henderson's concern because I've seen that very problem.
Agreed.
Chief Mountain Gas Co-op is inviting you to a dinner on August the 19th, which is what day is that? I think I'm in Kalispell anyhow.
Saturday, I think.
Oh my God, it is a Saturday.
It would be nice if somebody could go.
Yeah.
but
August
I
19th is a
I
Saturday.
really cannot go to those things.
I can.
I could go as well.
Whoever wants
I
to
bumped
go,
those
I
guys a
think-
fair amount.
Say,
Okay.
I would go too.
Okay.
They
You
need an
guys,
RSVP by July, so
how many do they want? Is that invite for one?
They invited all of
they'll
you.
invite all of
Okay,
us.
well then
I
there
think
you
we
go.
need to use the chair.
Okay,
I think we need to, there's a few of us, so I think it's fair to say, from after reading this, it sounds like they want one. So I think it's fair to say, councillor will be there. If you're around, great. If I'm there, great. If he's here, great. I feel like a councillor is here to go. I don't think we need 14 of us going.
well, it
That's
does
not the
say,
ask.
here, according to inviting your council and administration. Is that one or is that all? First line, to me, says they're inviting the council, whoever wants to go to it.
Yeah.
I take that as plural. They just want.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
So we have 3 councillors and their spouses, I'm assuming. So I guess, if you change your mind, you've got till
Yeah.
Yeah,
July
let me know.
10th.
Okay.
Just let Mr. Shaw know.
Yeah.
And that concludes the exciting part of our meeting. Now we,
Do you want a short recess
I think
before
we
you go in
need,
closed session?
I'll take them. Yep,
I make a motion to take a short recess.
let's make it, however long, 10 minutes.
Okay. Jill's going to be 10 minutes and back with some food too.